Hey, Shama USC here. We're gonna be doing a patch review. Um, I had a title where I said, patch impressions, and that's exactly what it was. It was just my impressions of me playing for the day. I didn't really name it a review for a very specific reason. Is because when patches come out where they change stamina and they change a lot of things, or they change how, something base like that, something like stamina is very like, if you change it too much, it breaks the game. If you know what I'm saying, if you don't change it enough, then people are getting tired too fast. Finding a middle ground for stamina is not the easiest thing in the world, but I felt like we're close to it last patch. Um, this is one of the biggest negatives of this patch right here. Oh my god, we get that nasty body rock. This is still a big problem before we talk about stamina. I mean, what is going on here? Like, these people get like this invisible wall of protection when they get rocked. We drop them down with some body shots right there after we landed some counters, but we rock people and we just like can't hit them for some reason. It's like they get an invisible wall of protection, and they're a lot harder to catch. Like, they move away from you relatively quickly. I'm not saying it should be easy to knock someone down, but it shouldn't be this difficult. Because you're the one getting rocked. You should get punished for that, especially if you want to call this a sim boxing game. Now we're gonna be moving on to stamina and how I feel about that. At first, it felt fine because people were playing in a normal fashion, right? But some streamers and other people that were, spamming their way up the leaderboards with power punches like a whole bunch showed most of the community that you can spam power shots again. Now, playing that and playing for the past few days, like consistently now, stamina is it's in a terrible state right now. So it's to the point where I went Usyk and I faced a Jake Paul and he went 130 for 420. Like, when I say he was throwing double hooks at air, that's what he was doing most of the fight, just to get in range and land something on me. He might say, 80 endurance, or he has even probably less than that. You might say he should have been gassed, right? He was not. He had 50% stamina after throwing 500 plus punches and missing like almost all of them. 120 for like 420, something like that. And I was like, man, imagine that if like an 80 or below endurance and stamina and conditioning does that. Imagine guys with higher cardio. You're just having a game where people are throwing too much. We're talking about these are 8 rounders. People don't even throw that much, and if they are, it's mainly jabs. We're talking about hooks, uppercuts, overhands, power shots. A lot of power shots are being thrown. The mistake I think they made was reducing the penalty of missing regular and power punches. So if you don't know what I mean, it's basically so now when you miss regular punches and you miss power shots, you have way more forgiveness for doing so. Which I don't like that at all. I feel like if you want to make volume punching more viable, what you should do is increase the stamina forgiveness on landed punches. So it rewards the more accurate fighters and the better volume fighters that are landing their combinations. I feel like that would have been a better way. As far as in the power shots, not stamina forgiveness on misses, but maybe a little extra. Because the last change they did was it had a certain threshold where a certain number of power shots were thrown, and it would affect your stamina. Like, let's say it's 30, right? The threshold's 30, so every power shot after 30 power shots would increasingly take more stamina. So what they should have did was increase that threshold by a small amount, see how that goes first. But having it so like you could miss like way more power shots, it's just gonna like reward people that have no IQ and don't know how to play the game. That's catering to the casual fan base. Games that cater to the casual fan base die out very fast. Ooh. Oof, we dropped him with some good body shots right there. And dropped him with the hook up top. I mean, we rocked him to the body first. But yeah, look at that. He ends up rage quitting. Which, I mean, people are still doing that these days, which I don't know why. It's been patched on PlayStation 5 now, so don't know why people are still quitting. I just left it in there because I wanted you to see him throw in the towel. All right, on to the next one. We got Canelo Alvarez. Now, dealing with these people that are throwing a lot. All right, so like, you see, all right, right there. Look, boom, boom, boom. Look at that. Instantly dropped him. Canelo has crazy body health. But we landed a counter shot and then punches and bunches kicked in because I started throwing big combo to the body. But think about it, guys. When people miss a couple rounded strikes, like if they throw like a triple jab and a hook, their short-term stamina is low. Time of power body shot and things like that will happen. Even if I was Sugar Ray, I would have dropped him. All right, on to the final fight. You guys are gonna like this fight, you know? I let my technical side go, and I just went to war with Mickey Ward. You know, who better than to go to war with than Mickey Ward, right? I'm new to boxing, but I definitely saw the Gotti versus Ward fights. So I decided to have a little bit of a sloppy war, because why not? But for the most part, dealing with these guys that are overthrowing, remember, 2 to 3 punches whiffed like that, their short-term stamina is low, and that's the best time to time those power body shots. And if you think about it, I'm not really a power puncher, I'm Terrence Crawford. So, you know, if he's hurting people like that, imagine if you guys are using Julio Caesar or like Canelo and you're using that tactic of, you know, just going in the middle of the combo, interrupting a combo with a power body shot. It's the best thing you could do. I mean, you could go to the head, but sometimes either it whiffs or sometimes they throw a punch to the head that interrupts it, but going down to the body is way better because I think you have more of a chance of hurting them because the stamina's down. And it also drains their stamina a lot. So I'd say it's more important to drain their stamina than their head health because if they have no stamina, once they hit around, I believe, 30% or so, they get into flat footwork where they walk like, you know, they're out of shape and, you know, they're really slow. And that's going to be the best time. Then if you have the stamina lead, because you've been timing those good power body shots and working the body, you'll be able to go and lose footwork and run circles around them and, you know, do whatever you need to do to win. At the end of the day, you know, for the most part, I'm just worried about winning these decisions. There's a glitch where like round 8's not counting, so that's another thing that's a massive problem. I see my friends have trouble going up in the leaderboards because sometimes they have close fights where they won round 8, but it's not being counted, unfortunately. I almost forgot about that because I don't really play ranked. Probably won't be touching ranked for a very long time because, like I said, first, I'm new to this game. That's for one. And secondly, it's just a broken mess. And people are spamming power shots, not getting punished again. There's some hope because Proxys did mention that January patch. So it's not like we're going to have to wait like an insanely long time like we did for this one. Oh, another plus, you know, I do give credit where credit's due. They fixed those 2 gyms where like you would see the back of the person's head, and I think when you see the cameraman in certain ones, they fixed those arenas. Thank God. I just couldn't take that, you know, it was so annoying. Because it was getting to a point where people would drag you to a corner so they could spam a combo because they know you can't see. It was really bad. So, happy they fixed that. Happy they fixed the quick list for PlayStation 5. You know, when they said hopefully it'll be in a December update, I wasn't too hopeful that they would add it. But they fixed it. So, the new venues are beautiful. I really, really love the venues. That was amazing. Like the Coliseum one's really, really beautiful. The aquarium one's really cool too. I only fought in there like one time, but I love it. It's amazing. The art team, amazing. Hands down, great job. You know, there's nothing I could really complain about there. They fixed other venues that were broken. So as far as in the art team and, you know, the people that worked on that, because you guys gotta remember there's different sections of a dev team. There's a dev team that's working on designs, character models, venues, the crowd, just the designing of the game, and then there's the gameplay devs. As far as in the gameplay devs, not happy with them with the stamina change. Allowing more threshold of total power punches, that's fine. And then like they could have done regular punches that land, take less stamina, which would have been fine with me. But in the game, even UFC 5 has its issues, but like if you miss a lot of your strikes, you will gas very easily. And another problem is, I'm not sure if you guys noticed this, but remember when I said 2 to 3, like 3 punches or 3 rounded strikes, they have no short-term stamina. So you might say, wow, that's interesting because when I face people, they throw like 6 hooks in a row and they're stunning me and knocking me down. That's my issue right there. When short-term stamina is low after throwing a big 3-piece combination, punches should be so slow that the counter windows are so big that it just punishes a player so severely that nobody will ever do it. Or the people that do it will get finished just like that Canelo Alvarez. But unfortunately, it comes out like they, for the most part, like a couple punches after they lose all their short-term stamina. It still comes out relatively fast, very fast. Maybe not as fast as like the regular punches, but it's quick enough to interrupt my strikes and to hurt me. And it still has full power. That's another thing. They shouldn't, like when the short-term stamina is low like that, their punches should be like noodles, like noodle arms. It should be like nothing. Because imagine like you're throwing a punch huffing out of breath because the short-term stamina is low. And yeah, it should not be full power, nothing at all. And another thing is people are able to hurt you even though they have low long-term stamina. So for example, let's say in this fight, I get this guy tired in a couple rounds, which is harder to do on the new patch. But if I do, imagine him in flat foot with like 10% stamina. He'll just throw a power shot like one power shot, and he'll just constantly do that and then just get random knockdowns. It should be almost impossible for someone with that low stamina to hurt you if you have more stamina than them, especially if you're not flat-footed yourself. You know, if you're like me, like let's say right now, look, having a lot of stamina like this and he's fully gassed, there's no way that guy should hurt you unless it's a hard, vicious counter. Yeah, those are some of the issues I really hope they address in the future in these patches. And bigger counter windows for power shots. I think we need that because power shots are pretty quick for the most part. They could even slow them down in my opinion. Just a little bit. Not by a lot. Maybe a small amount. But a bigger counter window for power shots would be nice. Because not even a bigger counter window, but regular punches are faster, right? And there's people with great jabs, great crosses in general. I feel like if you're throwing overhand right and I time like a looping cross or a really good jab or like a quick lead hook, I feel like I deserve to interrupt your power shot. That doesn't happen enough in this game. It leads to a lot of issues like that. Where you're going for like a hook or going for a combo, you land it and then they keep landing power shots and those exchanges keep going their way. But yeah, we went to war with this Mickey Ward right here. And we're trying to get yeah, sometimes guys when I do miss my shots, I'm used to UFC. So like I'm used to being able to pull my strikes back when I'm out of distance. You're not able to really do that. Well, I think you can, but it's with the left arrow, which is very unnatural. I tried doing it, it's just so weird. I'm gonna have to set up the paddles when I get a chance to. But at first I was really liking the patch because people weren't spamming. So like I thought stamina was still relatively the same, just a little bit better. Yeah, but once people realized they could just throw us a lot of volume, that's where it all went downhill. And now most of my fights are against a lot of people who spam a lot. Well, like I said, I'm giving credit for the positive things. I give credit where credit's due, but you know, I give my criticisms where they're due as well. So I'm very honest with the game. I paid $90 almost, just like you guys did. I want to love this game so much that I stay home all day and play it. And that's the only game I ever want to play. That's how, like, I would love for the game to be the best game in the world. Same with my UFC 5, you know. I want those games to bring out the best in each other. That's all I want. We want to enjoy our investment. And there's a lot of people going through hard times, whether it be paying bills, losing family members, just a lot of drama. I mean, everyone's problems at home and just in life are different from everyone's. And we buy these games to have fun, disconnect a little bit, and just enjoy ourselves with our friends or even just by ourselves. But when the game you pay $90 for is pissing you off and constantly getting you stressed out and annoyed, not like you're breaking stuff, but like just annoyed and aggravated, it's like, it's what's the point of buying the game? Especially when a company sells you on a sim boxing experience and we get like a beta. You know, I felt like I just paid for early access for $90. You know, I felt like this game, like the way it came out, obviously like I wanted it to come out, but I was like, if they needed a few extra months to polish the game, take it. I remember Spider-Man 2 was they were bothering the devs a lot because they're like, man, where's Spider-Man 2? Where's Spider-Man 2? And the devs said, it comes out when it comes out. We're not rushing for nobody. We are on our own timeline. Because we want to make sure this game's polished. And guess what happened? Spider-Man 2 came out. No, it wasn't made fun of for it having tons of glitches, things like that. People loved the game. Gave it like 8, 9 out of 10. I mean, some people didn't like the story as much as the first one. I mean, some parts of the story I didn't like, you know. Pretty sure you guys know those MJ missions, like where you gotta be stealth and play as someone else that's not superheroes, kind of boring. I loved it. I give like a 9, 9.5 out of 10, the way you travel around and all that. But that's my point, you know. Take the time you need to make the game you want and you envision for your fans. Because if they would have rushed Spider-Man 2 and had a whole bunch of glitches, and who knows, maybe a lot of people wouldn't have bought the game. Lost out on a lot of sales, but they didn't. They waited, released a good game. A great game, actually. Masterpiece. This is coming from somebody that doesn't even watch the Spider-Man movies. But I really love the game. Yeah, but back to Undisputed. It's a lot more playable, I'd say, for sure. So if you guys were thinking about grabbing it up, I'd say as long as it's on sale, like wait till a Christmas sale, and if you guys want to grab it up after what I've said in this video, by all means, because you don't want to wait too long and be like a new player. You still want to learn the game, because there's a lot to learn. This is like the most advanced footwork system we've ever had in a combat sports game. So getting those reps in very early is good. And make sure to watch YouTube videos, not even just my channel, but you know, there's plenty of other channels where you can learn from. It's still relatively a new market, like, well, I mean like an open market, because as far as in tutorials and tip videos, I don't see many people doing it that consistently. So I think I've seen a guy do a few of them. It's a pretty cool guy. His name is It's Mega. That's a pretty cool. I'd definitely check him out if I were you guys. He has very great tutorial videos on Undisputed and great content in general. Streams too. But yeah, hopefully this game's in a way better state in the upcoming months. Like if they do come out with a quick January patch, fix the stamina. I still hold my opinion on tracking. Like it still feels like there's still some instances where, you know, things whiff where they shouldn't, but it's not as bad. It's getting close to a good middle ground, I'd say, as far as in not over tracking. But yeah, we're just going for it. I don't care. Easy. We're going crazy. I thought this was a cool fight because, you know, we just went to war. None of us were really like cheesing or nothing. We weren't like spamming on each other. We just went to war with each other, you know. So respect to my opponents in the video. It's all love. As long as he's not exploiting or nothing, I'm cool with you. I could just never respect people that purposely exploit this game the way they do to win. You know, at the end of the day, we all invest $90. So when people go out of their way to make your experience terrible, I just don't like people like that personally. But people are gonna do what they're gonna do. It's really yo, my fault, yo. It's the dev's fault, you know. So you could blame the player base. That is a big part. Of course, the player has the choice to do so, but it is also on the devs to make a game where exploitation is limited, or if not, non-existent. Yeah, I lost my wording. I apologize, y'all. Yeah, we got him flat-footed. That's what I was trying to say. The problem is, like, he could just throw, boom, power shot, back up, recover stamina, boom, power shot. And, like, he'll eventually, like, there's other fights where, like, people are able to get knockdowns, like, in situations like this. That's what I say is the problem. Like, he should be very easy to hurt at this point in time. You know, we are able to hurt him a little bit, but for him to have the ability to really hurt us bad should be very, very limited. Like, a puncher's chance is, like, basically what he should have, and that's very, very low. Like, he shouldn't really be able to hurt you. But I'm seeing people get flash KOs in this type of state, and it's just, I don't really enjoy that, because in UFC 5, like, when you're in this state where, like, you have low stamina like that, it's almost, they're very easy to hurt because of the vulnerability system, and it's very hard for them to hurt you because their punches and stuff don't really do much, and they're slower. They would have to land like a hard counter or some crazy like, strike. Look at that, we're gonna time it real good. Power lead hook. Oh, yeah. There we go. Drop him. The invisible force field. My God, they need to fix that ASAP. Yeah, it's gonna mark up my review for this patch. I'll review every patch, give it a few days, and you know, after any patch, I'll review it, give you guys my opinion on it, see if it's worth getting the game. But hope you guys enjoyed. Tune in to our videos later on.